Hello guys and welcome to a new video. This is episode 2 of Unboxing CDs with Pat. On this series, what I do is I show you some of my newest additions to the collection, but also I always feature one of my followers' bands. This time though, it's going to be a little bit different from the previous video, because that was my first video and I wasn't really happy with the pace. So I'm going to try to speed it up a little bit. So I'm going to try to make it a shorter video and not show you everything on the CD, but mainly focus on the story behind the CD, some information about the band, the CD, and why I bought it. And of course, I am going to talk about the featured band of the month. And please let me know if you like this pace and this video better than the previous one, so that I can gauge and see what do you guys like better. Okay, so like on every episode, I am going to feature 4 CDs. 3 of them I actually bought from some of my favorite bands, and the 4th one is going to be the follower one. So if you guys have a band and you want to be featured, make sure you DM me on my Instagram so that I can send you the address for you guys to send the CD, vinyl, or tape. A quick shout out to all the bands that have sent me the stuff already. I got t-shirts, I got CDs, patches, and even a vinyl, and that's freaking amazing. So thank you guys very much. So anyway, on this video, I am actually going to feature and share with you guys 3 very awesome classic bands, and I think they need no introduction. So let's get started. But before we get to that, if you do like the video, make sure you hit that like button down there, drop me a comment in the comment section down below, and tell me what album should be in my collection. Of course, don't forget to subscribe to this channel like a man. And if you want to buy Pat a cup of coffee to keep him focused, or better yet, keep him hydrated with an IPA, make sure you hit that join button down there. It'll be well appreciated. So let's get started. CD 1 is going to be this guy right here. Now this thing is awesome. I gotta tell you, this is not really my favorite Sodom CD. But this thing has been out of the catalog forever and then some. I don't really like splits, but this is the only way you could find this CD here. This CD is actually a split between the first EP, which they recorded back in 1985, called In the Sign of Evil, classic CD, which was actually regarded as black metal when it first came out. And then of course, their first full-length album, Obsessed by Cruelty, from 1986. Best year ever. Year I was born. This is definitely not the best sounding album out there, and there's definitely more brutal albums, but this album should be on every thrash metalhead's collection. So let's check it out. Okay, cool, so you get the split, and that's it. You don't really get much with this. I guess it's all about the music. Alright then, not much to see here. Okay, so another classic, Morbid Angel's Domination. This is a classic death metal album. This is right on the gray line, that fine line between classic, awesome Morbid Angel and more modern Morbid Angel. This guy is regarded by most fans as their last good death metal album. I disagree. I actually really enjoy Formula's Fatal to the Flesh. And the cover art was actually done by Nazim Lopez, who was actually a big fan and a big friend of Thrash or Die. And he also did the artwork for my ex-band Thrash or Die's first album, Poser Holocaust. So yeah, that's pretty awesome. He also did Deicide's Serpents of the Light and many more. Alright, here we go. Now this is better already. Let's check that out really quick. Okay, so the cover art, really good. Well printed. All the lyrics. I like when they have the lyrics on the songs. And of course, the picture. And the back cover. Awesome. Okay, so this next one needs no introduction. Death Magnetic. From 2008. Here's the thing, I actually bought this because I decided to give it another chance. I remember in 2008, when it first came out, a lot of people were really hyped up because apparently Metallica was going back to the roots. So yeah, of course I was excited too. I actually thought it was going to be a throwback to Injustice for All because that's actually how they market it. I remember the radio stations, the fans, even Metallica themselves were saying, you know, we're back to the roots. This sounds like Metallica back in the 80s. And this was going to be the most thrashiest album in over a decade. And that's not really saying a lot, is it? I mean, in the 90s, you had the Black Album, Load, Reload, Garage Inc., S&M, with really high points. There's a lot of songs on those albums that are really good, and the production quality is great, top notch, but they weren't really classic Metallica, or very heavy, or thrashy for that matter. So yeah, we were all excited about this guy here, but when it first came out, to me, it just fell flat. It wasn't really what I expected, but the thing is, it was really hyped up, and that's probably why. I think I had such high expectations for this album because of all the media hype that I was really let down, and I haven't really listened to it ever since. So I decided I am actually going to buy it, because if I do purchase it, then you better believe I am going to play it more than once. And also, I'm just missing one Metallica album at this point, which is S&M2, which I will get eventually. There's so many albums out there I'd rather get before that one, because there's really nothing new there. I mean, it's basically an old idea. It's S&M, just with different songs. In case you have no idea what I'm talking about, S&M is a symphony plus Metallica. So it's basically Metallica playing Metallica songs with an orchestra behind it, which is a really cool idea, but not necessarily something I'm going to run out the door to get. Okay, so the cool thing about Metallica CDs and vinyl is that they usually have a lot of pages in the booklets. So let's check it out. Ooh. I was not expecting that. And this is no exception. There's got to be like 20 pages here. Okay, so we have the lyrics. And I guess this thing is just repeating itself over and over. Over some pictures and stuff. Huh, that's kind of cool. Suicide and Redemption. I guess there's no lyrics in that song. The Unforgiven 3. I am familiar with that song. And here's a picture of them back then. And there you have it. Death Magnetic. Okay, so I am really hoping you guys are still here this far, because this is when the featured band comes in. And this month's featured band is The Uncomformed. Check this out. So this is their first demo, and it came out in 2018. So about 3 years ago. They're actually working on a new album, and that's awesome. Because sadly, a lot of bands are actually not active anymore because of COVID and a lot of things. And when I say they are working, I actually mean he is working, because this is actually a one-man project. This is Raul Orozco's band, based out of Detroit, USA. Now mind you, Raul actually recorded everything, mixed and mastered the album by himself, which is amazing. I mean, you can really tell where his strengths are and where his weaknesses are, but he definitely did a great job. I love the vocals on this thing. You can definitely hear a lot of the grunge influences on these songs. It takes me back to the Stone Temple Pilots, Pearl Jam, Alice in Chains. So if you're into those bands, give this album a chance. You might really enjoy it. My favorite songs on the album are It's Your Funeral, The Sun Is in My Eyes, which is actually a surprisingly cool ballady song. It's kind of a slow song, and the punk-influenced Democracy Manifest. Now, I was talking to Raul today, and he told me that the second album is actually going to be more punky than this guy here. So if you like the grunge bands and you're longing for the 90s, give this album a listen. And if you like punk and thrash better, just wait for the new one to come out, because it's definitely going to be up your alley. Of course, I am going to link to the social media down in the description down below, so go click on that and make sure you guys give him some love. Alright guys, so I really hope you guys enjoyed this video. I think this one went a lot smoother than the first one, but I would love to know what you guys think. Of course, please drop me a like and a comment in the comment section down below so you can help me out with the almighty YouTube algorithm. And of course, don't forget to subscribe to this channel like a man if you haven't yet. And if you want to become a part of the team and buy Pat a cup of coffee, or better yet, keep him hydrated with an IPA or two, make sure you hit that join button down there. It'll be well appreciated. I'll see you guys next time. Pat out. Metal on, dudes.